Oh, what is going on, everyone? It's gonna be a lot of background noise here. We got a lot of things going on in this household here, but we're gonna break down the numbers really quickly. So on the 1st of February, drove down. Took it was like 5 hours, 5.5 hours to drive from Toronto to Cleveland, and oh boy, did that. That was a long trip. So how can I break this down? After meeting with the contractor, we actually hashed out some numbers, kind of really narrowed down as to what type of finishings I'm trying to go for. He's, because of the Cleveland, as to what Cleveland was all about in the last 10, maybe 20 years, as to what the investment landscape is that you buy it, you do the bare minimum, you put people in there, and then it just cash flows, and no one cares about the property maintenance. It was literally just trying to do the bare minimum, get in there, and try to get as much cash flow as you can until the actual house collapses. And this is what we're seeing in the market right now. But for a guy like me, I'm going in there. I do not like to have. I'm not looking to have the this type of property breakdown. So let's see. Okay, let's see here. So now, can I actually fix this here? Hold on, let's make here. Oh, that's right. I better get someone in here. All right, someone's going to be joining in as one of the partners here. Yeah. There we go. Let's share this. Why can't I not share this? Share screen. Yeah, let's share screen for. Okay, so now. All right, so I'm streaming also on the Telegram here. So, what is going on with everything I've got going on here? What's going on with my? There we go. Okay, we're good to go. We are good to go. Okay, so let's recap here. February 1st, I drove down, met the contractor, went through the walkthrough of the 3 units, so like the triplex. One of them was a 4-bedroom, the other was a 2-bedroom, the other was a 1-bedroom. So I thought it was just 3 2-bedroom units, but it actually turned out to be a 4-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, and a 1-bedroom. And I don't mind this product mix. The 1-bedroom, not the greatest, but I would like to have at least 2 bedrooms and up. It's a little bit easier to rent. And I'm forecasting this. I have no idea of what the rent's going to be like, but I figured I'm going to take a stab at it. Like, look at the property. We're talking about $160,000 as a purchase with a $4,800 credit for the electrical stuff. I originally priced this as $40,000 as a rehab for cosmetics, but now I'm understanding as to what is the bare minimum, if this is how prices are going for. My contractor is so used to just doing the bare minimum, getting it rentable, like a rentable condition, and then moving on to the next project. Not for me. For these type of properties, as to where it's priced at, I'm willing to spend an extra 10 to 15, even 20% more if I can get the value when I'm trying to burr this property. I'm trying to refinance this property and pull out the equity as fast as I can, as quickly as I can. So with this, we're looking at as is. If I put the money in with the closing costs and all that stuff, I'm $128,000 in. My cash on cash return is going to be 12%, right? I estimated the rent as being $1,250, so this is like a blend between a 4-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, and a 1-bedroom at the top tier type of rent. So I'm getting $3,750. This 10% vacancy is not going to be, I guess, correct after the first year. Yes, it's going to take about a month or so, but we're factoring in here. So even with this 10% loss here every single year because of the vacancy, and I've overshot the actual expenses here. So $400 of utilities, $30 for grass cutting. Oops. right? So after that, after my mortgage payment, right, I'm going to be cash flowing about $1,281 per month. It's actually higher because it's $375. We're going to recapture it back if no one is going to be moving after a year. We're actually going to be raising rent in the second year, right? We're going to be sitting at 12%. It's going to be higher because it's an extra $375 being taken away because of the vacancy calculation, right? So my calculation, this is great and everything, but if I get $260,000 as an after repair value and I refinance this and I pull out the equity, I'm going to be getting back about $195,000 as a mortgage. I take that $195,000, I pay back the $112,000 you're seeing right here. Okay, so the first bank's going to get back their money. All right, so minus $112,000, and then what we sunk in, which is $48,000 as a down payment, closing costs, rehab costs. I'm putting in $67,000 with a little bit of overage and all that stuff. We're talking about $128,000 all in. I have $83,000 left remaining on the property after the refinance, right? So we're going to have $45,000 left remaining in the property that we need to somehow get out. And we're going to get it out via rental, right? The cash flow here. So let's just plug this in, okay? Let's work out the numbers. If the price was actually $260,000, right? 260. We're going with a 25%, right? And based on what my agent was saying for this, he was saying about closer to 7, but I'm gonna misquote him, so let's go with 7.5%. He was talking about like an interest rate of 6 point something, but we're gonna say 7.5%. Okay, no rental cost and no closing cost. Okay, so this is our numbers right now. Okay, $65,000 is being held for the 25% down payment. Okay, this is our situation right now. We're cash flowing $729 a month, which gives us a 13.5% cash on cash return, but it's actually higher because it's the 10% vacancy rate, right? So it's actually higher. Let's actually do the real math here. What's the actual real cash on cash return? 729 plus 375 multiplied by 12 is 13,248. 248. Oops. 1,248. Divide that by 65,000. So if we take the actual real cash flow analysis and we divide it under the $65,000, then our cash on cash return is 20%. But it's really not 65,000. It's 45,000 because we have 45,000 of our original money locked up in here. The additional 20,000 that's in here you're seeing, that's pure profit. So if we divide it into 45,000, our cash on cash return actually ends up being closer to 30%, which is 29.44%. So this is a cash cow after when you burr it and everything, and we're going to be holding on to this property for quite some time. We might be tempted to actually sell this at maybe 400,000, 450,000 once the rent starts to correct. So these are the breakdowns of the numbers and everything, and we're going to see how this property turns out. So for now, we're going to be watching this closely. Right now it's February 4th, and we're going to see by mid-March as to how this property is going to perform, because that's when the property manager is going to come in, take over, and get this property filled with hopefully with the higher rent. I'm hoping that this is going to go above 4,000, and that's going to be one property under our belt that we did all the work. We know what's behind the walls. We know what we did to the property. There is no, I would say, no surprises on this one, because most of it we're taking care of it. And properties like this are really good to grab and hold. So if you guys are in the Cleveland market and everything, check it out. If you want, to start a conversation, just comment down below. Follow along and see how I grow from this one single triplex property to, I'm going after 10, no, yeah, 10 units by the end of this year. So we're in February now, so I'm a little behind, but I'm trying to go and lock down another at least 4 or 5 more units on this next building I'm looking at. So we're going to see how this compounds from here. So if all of you guys are watching, you're going to witness how you can grow this. All starts with one property. All right, so I'm going to be signing out. So comment, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the other side.